Welcome to Foundations for Statistics. In this course, we're going to introduce the field of statistics and demonstrate how statistics is applied to real-world problems. We'll introduce the language of statistics and key elements to any statistical problems. We'll differentiate between descriptive and inferential statistics, identify different types of data and data collection methods, and finally we'll discover how critical thinking through statistics can help improve our quantitative literacy. Let's take a look at the first section. In section 1, we'll define the term statistics and data. Statistics is simply the science of data. This involves collecting, classifying, summarizing, organizing, analyzing, presenting, and interpreting numerical information. So not only are we looking at numbers, but we are going to be looking at pictures such as a variety of types of graphs. Data is the information that is collected, and we'll see in a later section different types of data that can be collected. In section 2, we'll talk about descriptive statistics, inferential statistics, and how to make an inference. Descriptive statistics utilizes numerical and graphical methods to look for patterns in the data set. We'll also summarize information revealed in the data set, and we'll present that information in a convenient form, such as some type of a graph. Inferential statistics utilizes sample data to make an estimate. So we're relying on the numerical data to make some kind of statement or summary based on that data. So we can make decisions, predictions, or other generalizations about a larger set of data. And finally, an inference itself makes a statement to draw a conclusion about a population. So we're going to take our information gathered from a sample and then be able to make a prediction or conclusion to the general population. Next, we'll look at a reference for classwork. In reference problem number 1, it says that a survey of 546 American women found that 46% are the primary investor in their household. Which part of the study represents the descriptive branch of statistics? What conclusions might be drawn from this study using inferential statistics? So to talk about the first question, the descriptive branch of statistics, that would be any statistics based on numbers or graphical form. So it says that a survey of 546 American women found that 56% are the primary investors in their household. So we have 546 American women and we have a percentage given, 56%. So those are numerical types of data, so that is the descriptive branch of statistics. Conclusions that we can make, well, based on the study, more women than men are the primary investor in their household. Because 56% is more than 50%, we could make the statement that more women than men are primary investors. So make sure you are saying in your comparison what the other half is, or what are we comparing women to? So women versus men. In reference number 2, Treasury deficit prior to the Civil War. So the information found here is from Civil War History, June 2009 edition. So historian Jane Flaherty researched the condition of the U.S. Treasury on the eve of the Civil War in 1861. Between 1854 and 1857, under President Franklin Pierce, the annual surplus or deficit was plus 18.8, plus 6.7, plus 5.3, and plus $1.3 million respectively. Notice that all of these dollar amounts are positive, so that means they are a surplus. In contrast, between 1858 and 1861, under President James Buchanan, the annual surplus or deficit was negative 27.3, negative 16.2, and negative 7.2, finally negative $25.2 million. So notice all of these values are negative values. That means there was a deficit for every one of those years. Flaherty used these data to aid in portraying the exhausted condition of the U.S. Treasury when Abraham Lincoln took office in 1861. So what we want to know, does this study represent a descriptive or inferential statistical study? And then explain your answer. So we know there were a lot of numbers given here. We had surplus in millions of dollars, and then we had deficits in millions of dollars. So the study would represent descriptive data. Data were collected and used to portray or describe the condition of the U.S. Treasury in 1861. No inferences were made. Although you may argue that the statement, there was a statement in here saying that this data portrayed the exhausted condition of the U.S. Treasury. You may be able to make a statement that under President Pierce there was a surplus, but under President Buchanan there was a deficit for each year.